All right, guys, on today's episode of Survivor American Citizen Edition, if you saw the video that I did, I think it was 2 days ago, and it basically says, Dominion was just purchased by a Trump loyalist. If you didn't see it, go watch it, because it'll make sense why this video is such a big deal. The short version, though, the man's name is Scott Leyendecker. He's a former GOP official and, of course, Trump ally, aka he's in Trump's pocket. And he purchased what was Dominion Voting, yes, that Dominion Voting, and rebranded it to Liberty Vote. Also, bonus round, they don't have to go through federal recertification, meaning they can do pretty much whatever they want with the software on the back end. Anyways, go watch that video. Today's batch of crazy, I didn't want to address it in that video because it's just too much to handle emotionally all in one smack. So that same person, Scott Leyendecker, he also owns a company called No Inc. And they are basically when you go to vote and you hand them your ID and they kind of scan it and they're like, oh yeah, everything's checked out. You go to vote. He owns those machines too. Don't worry. I'm going to unpack the crazy for you. And when you couple that with the fact that Trump keeps always saying about how he doesn't want us to have paper ballots anymore, but Scott Leyendecker says, oh no, I'm a neutral party and I push for paper ballots and full transparency. Well, of course you do, big guy, because, and again, this goes to the video from the other day, those ballots, even the ones that are that you vote at home and you drop off at the polling location, guess whose machines tabulate those votes? You guys figure it out. It's his machines. Why is it a problem that he owns these things where you check in? Always easier to demonstrate something with an example. Let's say Alice in Georgia, a Democrat in a very red area, she goes to vote. She walks up to the polls. She hands the poll worker her ID. They scan it through one of Scott Leyendecker's machines from No Inc. and they go, oh yeah, sorry, there's something wrong with your vote. You're either not registered or your address is wrong. Whatever the case is, you can't vote today. Just to protect myself legally. I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen with these machines, but I'm just saying it's a possibility. And when you give people like that access to that much power, it could happen. So that's the kind of crap that could happen in very red districts. Now let's look at what could happen in in very urban areas where you have high density traffic, right? People waiting in lines forever to vote, okay? Let's say that those machines slow down, glitch out, stop working, and then those lines just basically come to a grinding halt, right? Instead of being able to check in one every minute, now all of a sudden it's one every 3 or 4 minutes. Well, people are standing in line, they've got places to be, they have children to feed, so eventually they just decide, screw it, they leave and they don't vote. Just because I want to make sure that I'm not being unclear, that means that Scott Leyendecker, one man, again, a Trump loyalist, not only owns the front end, not everywhere, obviously, but in a lot of states where people check in, okay, and that's for in-person voting. He also owns the back end because he now owns what was Dominion, now Liberty Vote, and those are the ones who tabulate the votes. So this one person has almost complete end-to-end front door, back end control over the American voting system now. Let me know when we should start freaking the fuck out. And I know what you guys are going to say. What are we supposed to do? Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I said it in the other video and I'll say it again. If you needed another reason to vote by mail and then take that vote. Now, me personally, I'm taking a picture of my ballot once it's filled out. It's for my own personal records. I'm not posting it anywhere. So, yeah, I would like the government to come tell me that that's against the law. It's my phone. I'll do what I want. I'm going to drive it over to a ballot collection site, not put it in the mail because I want to make sure it doesn't get lost in transit or anything else. Who knows? You just never know with these people, okay? For clarification, I'm not saying don't vote. I'm saying if you needed another reason to vote by mail, this is a good one, okay? This would also be a great opportunity for me to remind people that people need to sign up to work the polls. You could go to powerthepolls.org and sign up to be a local election worker. You could also potentially be involved in a hand recount. Could their machines misread even handwritten ballots? Sure, but that's where audits come into play. Just know what you're up against going into 2026 and 2028. I mean, they are basically trying to make sure that they lock down the Republican landscape indefinitely.